Hey, RetconRaider here. Before we get started today, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Laura and Mike, who you probably know better as Fox and Bunny, our inseparable pair of sharpshooting archers. Not only were they the first people to support me through Patreon, but they were also the first people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and the first people to follow me on Facebook. I guess that literally makes them my #1 fans, chronologically speaking. At any rate, Laura, Mike, thanks for all your support. Today's episode is dedicated to both of you. As always, I'll do my best to keep you both alive. Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 50. It's hard to imagine the series has really been running for 50 episodes at this point. At 30 minutes an episode, that means I've sunk over 24 hours into playing this campaign. Now, this is the sort of fight that would have been certain death back in the early days of the Retcon Raiders, but these days it's just how we warm up for the real fights. The archers are up. Fox puts an arrow through a bandit's leg, and Bunny finishes him off. Then she follows up by putting an arrow through a thug's arm and a poacher's chest. Looks like the bandits are actually rushing our front line. That's good, at least our frontliners will get in on the action. Potato takes aim, kills one of the enemy poachers, but his second shot goes wide. More bandits are boldly charging our line. Poor guys, most of them didn't even bring shields. Mark is up. Ooh, but he completely whiffs, puts 2 shots over a wounded brigand's head. That's definitely a lot of bandits. We're certainly not in any real trouble here, but let's see what we can do to thin out their numbers a little. Henry steps up and puts down a brigand with a banner. Eraton readies his legendary throwing axes, but he doesn't land a hit. Casorin moves up, tears into a bandit thug with his spear, then puts his dagger through the man's chest. Rondus moves up as well, putting his dagger through the badly wounded thug's arm. Reinhard moves up to engage the small army in front of him, immediately plunging his spear into a thug's face. Janos moves up alongside him, readying his hammer. Oh, but he can't get past his target's shield. Belfontan will hold his position. Someone's got to provide cover for our archers. Oof, okay. So, I got a little overconfident there. I do have to remember they've got 2 marksmen with crossbows, so Potato just took a sucking chest wound. Vlad finally moves up, but can't land a hit. And moving into round 2. Fox is up. He scans the battlefield and picks out an open target. His first shot tears through the man's arm, and his second shot takes off the man's ear. We are getting pretty surrounded over there. I'd be more concerned if I didn't regularly take the underdog perk. That prevents the brigands from enjoying a gang up bonus. I see their crossbowmen are about to go. Those are probably the only real threats we have on the field. Alright, our archers are up. Bunny takes down a wounded brigand, clearing an opening to one of the bandit crossbowmen. Unfortunately, this just isn't a good day for Mark. Both his shots go wide. Potato takes aim, and he manages to put an arrow through the crossbowman's side. Henry readies his shield and dagger, then drives his blade through a thug's arm. Casorin cuts down a wounded thug, then moves over to support Henry. He plunges his dagger into a brigand's side, but his follow-up strike is deflected by the brigand's buckler. Retcon is up. He hurls his last couple of throwing axes, but still doesn't land any hits. Retcon, are you sure you stopped drinking? Vlad is up next, and he's being menaced by a trio of thugs. He quickly takes one down with his pike, then impales another thug's leg. Reinhard readies his spear, and begins whittling away at one of his foes, badly gut-wounding the man. Belfontan moves up, breaks a thug's morale, then quickly falls back to provide cover for the archers. Rondus readies his greatsword, then kills one of the thugs with a great swing, before killing the second thug with his follow-up. Janos crushes a bandit's head like an egg, then moves up to engage 3 more. Wolf continues to watch in amazement. And round 3. Now that I'm looking at it, almost every bandit on the field is actually broken. At this point, it just becomes a race to see how many of these guys we can take down before they all start running away. There we go. Potato takes down one of the 2 crossbowmen. Bunny takes down one of the thugs on our line, 2 thugs, and then puts an arrow through another man's chest. Henry quickly moves up, stabbing the man through the shoulder as well. Mark takes aim at the enemy archers, but he can't land a hit with that rock in the way. Belfontan moves up, kills the badly injured thug. Vlad impales a thug's leg, then finishes him off with his dagger. Retcon moves up, but he'll have to ready a weapon first. Reinhard cuts down one of the fleeing bandits, and follows up by cutting down a second bandit as well. Casorin moves up, engaging one of the fleeing archers, and Rondus moves up to lock down another, quickly driving his blade into the man's shoulder. Janos... Oh. Okay, I think we just saw Reinhard and Casorin cut down 2 fleeing bandits. I'll have to double-check that in post. There goes the one unengaged archer. We'll probably just let him go. Henry moves up. Actually, that guy's not too far away. We might be able to take him out with our dogs. Let's go ahead and unleash the pack. Retcon moves up alongside Belfontan, then unleashes his own war dog as well. Oop, but it goes after the wrong target. Casorin leapfrogs the dog, cuts down the second-to-last brigand. Then, he'll unleash his own dog as well. None of our men are actually going to reach this guy before he gets torn to pieces, so at this point we're really just letting the dogs have fun. Reinhard moves up, adds another dog to the pile. Sadly, Rondus doesn't have a dog. He's a bit too obsessed with that crystal skull to actually care for another living creature. Moving into round 4. Let's see if the dogs can put an end to this. There's some arterial bleeding. Oh, and there he goes. The archer is down, and the fight is over. Good work, everyone. Janos is up to level 13. Belfontan hits level 6. And Retcon hits level 6 as well. We've also got Bunny as MVP with 4 kills, with Casorin and Reinhard in second place with 3 kills apiece. Of course, the loot's nothing to write home about. It's your generic bandit fare. I'll handle the loot and the level ups off screen, and then we'll continue on towards Seedock. Welcome back. We're still on our way to Seedock, but on the way there we spotted a smaller but tougher group of bandits. Since some of our brothers didn't get to participate in our big fight against the last bandit army, this seemed like a good chance to let them have some fun. Looks like the bandits are already in disarray because of the forest terrain. So let's start picking them apart. First we'll pull Wolf back to safety. And Wojtek is up. He puts an arrow through a brigand's leg, then kills him with the second shot. We've got bandits coming from the northeast. Fox takes aim. Takes off a bandit's ear, then hits the man with a second arrow just for good measure. Bunny takes aim. Puts a third arrow into the man, breaking his morale. Undaunted, the other brigands continue advancing on our line. Rowan takes aim, but can't land a shot. And the rest of our line will simply stay where they are. Most of our men have Pathfinder at this point, but they'll still get exhausted pretty quickly if we start running around in forest terrain. Okay, everyone hold their position, and moving into round 2. We've got a couple of brigand crossbowmen on the field. We'll have to keep an eye on them. Alessandro's up. He takes a shot at one of the guys with a crossbow, but no luck. Fox is up. He'll take a shot at the crossbowman as well, but he also misses. Now Wojtek is up. I guess we should stick with easier targets for the moment. Bunny fires off a couple of shots at a nearby spearman, but doesn't have any luck there either. And fortunately, Rowan finally breaks the streak. One of the bandits stumbles backwards, a crossbow bolt protruding from his leg. Roderick casually splits a man's shoulder in half. Then I Got This follows up by killing the man with his great axe. Rondus moves up as well, drawing his own great weapon. And he slices another brigand's arm down to the bone. Janos moves up. Casorin engages a clump of bandits approaching from the south. Reinhard moves up to join Janos. And we're at the bottom of the round, so let's do a little final maneuvering here. We'll pull I Got back real quick. And round 3. We're taking a bit of fire here, but nothing serious. Fox sets his sight on the enemy marksman. And drops one with his first shot. Wojtek takes aim as well. Ooh, but he can't get his arrow past the shieldman. Alessandro, we're all counting on you. Well, he managed to put an arrow through the brigand's leg. Rowan fires off a shot, planting a crossbow bolt in a bandit's shield. Roderick steps up, quickly decapitating the man blocking his path, then moves up to engage that pesky shieldman. Woe impales a brigand's arm, then puts his dagger through the man's hand as well. Rondus lashes out with his blade, decapitating another bandit. Then he moves up to join Roderick. I Got quickly follows behind his battle brothers. Reinhard puts down the last of the bandits on the north side. Then Casorin makes short work of one of the two bandits remaining on our south side. For the most part, that just leaves these marksmen over here, and it looks like they're already getting ready to flee. Round 4. Think we're coming up on the end here. Alessandro takes aim. Ooh, but he doesn't land the shot. But Wojtek does, putting an arrow through a crossbowman's shoulder. Yeah, unfortunately all these trees are really making it hard for our archers to land any hits. Rowan moves up. And puts another bolt into a man's shield. Woe steps up, engaging another bandit. And he plunges his blade into the man's arm and chest. Roderick lands a nasty hit, severing one of his foe's arteries. I got leapfrogs over Rondus, readies his dagger, plunging it into the bloody bandit's shoulder blade. Rondus readies his greatsword, crushing two of the remaining bandits into the ground. Casorin puts his blade through a man's hand. And there goes one of the bandit marksmen. The other marksman tries to flee as well, but Janos quickly cuts him down. Round 5. Let's finish off this last bandit raider here. There we go. Unfortunately, the last remaining bandit is so far away that we have no chance of really catching him. But I guess it couldn't hurt to let the dogs out again. Well, we just locked down the last of the bandits, so I guess that means we've got to get over there and finish the job. It's probably going to take a turn or two for us to get any of our guys over there, so let's go ahead and skip forward real quick. Oh, he's just barely holding on there. Oh, and there we go. The bandit is killed trying to flee from our pack of vicious dogs. Wojtek just hit level 11, congratulations. And Rondus pulls MVP with 3 bandit kills. Once again, there's nothing really notable in the loot, but I'll poke through it real quick, and then we'll get this show back on the road. And we're back again. Step by step, we're slowly making our way to Seedock, but we just stumbled across a giant flock of Nazzul, so let's wipe them out real quick and collect some easy XP. Of course, this is a pretty sizable pack. We're up against 21 Nazzul. We're only seeing small and weak ones at the moment, but given the size of the flock, I have to imagine there's at least a few medium or large Nazzul hiding near the back somewhere. A lot of them are also taking the high ground there, which unfortunately will make it a little harder for our archers to pick them off efficiently. Though I guess there's no shortage of targets at ground level. We're actually seeing most of the flock already. There's 20. And there's 21. Okay. It's a flock of nothing but small, weak Nazzul. So despite the sheer number of the things, we should actually be able to slaughter them pretty quickly. Wojtek kills a Nazzul, then punctures the lung of the Nazzul that was standing next to it. Fox finishes off both of the badly wounded creatures. And Bunny starts firing into the mob as well, piercing the chest of one of the Nazzul. We've left a lot of corpses on the board already, so we'll start rushing our frontliners up to engage the rest of the flock. Oswald moves up. Casorin moves up to engage the elevated Nazzul, readies his dagger, and puts it through a Nazzul's foot. Rondus charges into battle, plunging his blade into the same Nazzul's chest. Reinhard moves up, cutting down another one of the ghouls. then putting his dagger through a second ghoul's neck. Wolf jumps up onto an elevated perch to get a better view. Henry moves in, preparing for next round. Vlad does as well. And round 2. The Noxerer flock moves in, swarming over our line. There's a very light hit on Oswald. There's a light hit on Rondus as well. I think Reinhard just took a light hit there. As did Dominic. Alright, definitely nothing to worry about. These guys are barely even scratching our armor. Alessandro is up. He starts firing into the mob, but doesn't land any hits. Wojtek mows down the lead Noxerer, then puts another arrow into the second in line. Bunny drops the second Noxerer. And Henry readies the company banner, then lashes out, puncturing a ghoul's lung. Dominic grabs his spear, plunges it through a ghoul's shoulder, then puts it through his foot as well. Vlad drops one of the ghouls, then slices through the hand of a second. Oswald moves up, readies his warbrand, and slices it through one of the Noxerer's shoulders. Casorin quickly cuts down two of the Noxerer, and make that 3. Rondus readies his greatsword, cuts down 2 of the Noxerer in a single swing, then moves up to engage a few more of the beasts. Reinhard gut wounds a Noxerer, impales its hand, then kills it, before slicing off another ghoul's ear. Janos makes a great swing, crushing 3 ghouls in a single strike. This is actually kind of sad. If these things weren't trying to eat us, I'd actually feel a little bad for them. Our archers are up, but I'm not sure they're going to have any open shots here. Oh, there we go. Alessandro puts an arrow through a fleeing Noxerer's side. Henry impales another ghoul through the chest. The rest of our archers will have to start maneuvering for next turn. Vlad steps up, then brutally slays one of the badly injured creatures. Casorin viciously mauls one of the last ghouls on the field, then begins pursuing the one that's fleeing. Oswald moves up to hem in one of the creatures, and Rondus brutally decapitates it. Meanwhile, Reinhard finishes off the last of the things on our north line. And at this point, we've just got the 1 ghoul left. I guess that means it's time to release the Hounds. I guess we might as well go for a clean sweep. Ooh, okay. Well, that might have been a bad idea because we might actually lose a dog here. Let's try to get some more of our guys in there as quickly as possible. Though we might be able to finish it a little quicker if... Ah, there we go. Once again, the dogs finish the fight for us. And no level ups, but Casorin the Aegis pulls MVP with 4 Noxerer kills. We'll grab our handful of teeth, and once again continue on the way to Seedock, which is actually right across this river here, so it shouldn't be much longer now. And welcome back. We've still got 5 minutes on the clock, so I thought we'd wrap things up with another quick Noxerer hunt. Well, at least there's a few medium Naxxraer this time. That should hopefully make things a little more interesting. Though I can't help but wonder if maybe I should start skipping through some of these simpler fights. Go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, let's go ahead and cut these things down, and then we can finally get Wolf to his destination. He's been very patient while he's watched us cut down all these random assorted ghouls and bandits. Potato drops our first Naxxraer. Fox puts arrows through another Naxxraer's face and neck. Then Bunny kills a third. And a fourth. I could have Eraton charge in there, but I really do want to get some use out of these throwing axes. Okay, he manages to slice open a Naxxraer's arm. Now, since we've got some corpses on the field, we'll need to move up the rest of the frontliners. Rondus comes up, hacks into one of the Naxxraer. Reinhard moves up as well, grabs his dagger, and plunges it through a Naxxraer's neck. Janos steps up, chips away at a medium Naxxraer, and Belfontan straggles behind everyone else. Though, now he is guarding the only available corpse. This should be interesting. Okay. Well, this is actually working out pretty nicely. Because there's only one corpse available, all of the Naxxraer are trying to rush up and eat it, but Belfontan's standing there with his spear at the ready. So he doled out a lot of solid hits. Our archers are up, so they'll just start firing into the flock indiscriminately. Fox drops 2 of the ghouls. Bunny puts an arrow through the hand of another ghoul. Rowan puts a crossbow bolt through another Naxxraer's heart. And Mark finishes off a wounded one as well. Casorin starts chipping away at a medium Naxxraer. He doesn't kill it, but he does break its morale. Reinhard slices off a ghoul's ear, then finishes it off with a second strike. Rondus kills another Naxxraer, before brutally hacking into a third. Eraton moves up, hurls an axe through the ranks, killing the wounded Naxxraer. Belfontan advances, locking down one of the small Naxxraer before it can flee, while Janos puts down one of the last medium ghouls. Moving into round 3. Oh, and we've got a large Naxxraer on the field. Fortunately, our archers should be able to whittle that thing down pretty quickly. Rowan moves up for a cleaner shot, but he can't land it. Bunny sinks another arrow into the large Naxxraer. Mark puts it on the brink of death, and Potato drops the beast, and then puts an arrow through another Naxxraer's leg for good measure. Casorin moves in, finishes off the leg shot ghoul, then engages the last of the things, before Belfontan mercifully cuts it down. No level ups and no real clear-cut MVP. We'll take our handful of Naxxraer teeth, and since we're right around the corner from Seedock, we might as well finish walking over there. Count Halston von Rabenholt's suspicions that Seedock might turn to his cause appear to be true. The people here are already out in the streets in a great mob. A row of guards stands outside a large building and push back with their spears turned aside. One wealthy man leans out of a window trying to disperse the crowd with words, but their ears are too stuffed with anger. Wolf slips through the crowd with ease and meets a few councilmen wearing cloaks. They slip into a nearby building, and you wait outside. Don't take forever. That means we've got time to kill. I guess I'll poke through the market a bit, buy the men a round of drinks, and then maybe we'll go pick a quick fight while we wait for Wolf to finish chatting with the locals. We'll pick up there next time. Hey, RetconRaider here. Well, I wanted to do something a bit more exciting for our 50th episode, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards. Still, all things considered, it's really hard to complain about pub stomping our way through a few easy battles. The men can always use more experience points, and we can certainly use the gold. I had also hoped we would wrap up that escort mission today, but I guess I woefully underestimated the amount of time it would take us to travel to Seedock and back. Hopefully we'll be able to wrap up the contract next time, and hopefully finishing that escort contract will finally be enough to get House Rabenholt to take us seriously. Of course, before we head back, I'll poke around the area for another quick fight. It's been quite a while since we visited the Frozen North, so there should be all sorts of enemy strongholds up here by now. If we get really lucky, we might even find another legendary item. Aside from that, we should start seeing the early warning signs of the next major crisis in the near future. We've already fought off the Greenskin invasion, so that means that we'll either be dealing with a noble war or an undead apocalypse. Between the two events, the noble war is probably easier for us to handle, and it would certainly end up getting us a lot more loot since it tends to involve fighting a lot of noble guardsmen, mercenaries, and hedge knights. Since House Rabenholt keeps hiring us to foster unrest in his rival's territory, I'm starting to think we might be on track for the Noble War event. But that might just be wishful thinking on my part. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go keep the men out of trouble while we wait for Wolf to finish doing his thing. This is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website or the fan-run wiki. Links are in the description.